Europe may be synonymous with historic charm and cultural diversity, but not all countries are as safe as their postcards suggest. In 2024, some European nations are facing rising crime rates, political instability, and social unrest that make them hotspots for danger. Whether you're planning a trip or considering a move, it's essential to know where the risks lie. Today, we're counting down the 10 most dangerous European countries right now, breaking down why these nations have made the list and what you need to know before visiting. And before we get started, don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more engaging content. Let's get into it. Number 10. Albania? Albania's picturesque landscapes and rich history are often overshadowed by its issues with organized crime. The country serves as a key transit hub for drug trafficking networks across Europe, contributing to elevated crime levels. Corruption within local institutions further complicates efforts to combat these challenges effectively. Petty crimes such as pickpocketing and scams are prevalent, particularly in tourist-heavy areas like Tirana and Durrës. Travelers are advised to exercise caution and keep valuables secure while exploring these popular destinations. Public transport and crowded marketplaces are frequent targets for opportunistic criminals. Rural areas present a different set of challenges, as local disputes and limited law enforcement resources can create unsafe environments. Roads in these regions are poorly maintained, increasing risks for travelers unfamiliar with the terrain. Visitors often note the lack of visible police presence outside major cities. Efforts to address safety concerns have been implemented, but progress is slow due to Albania's ongoing economic struggles. The government is working with international organizations to improve border security and crack down on organized crime, but resources remain stretched. Despite this, Albania continues to attract adventurous travelers seeking off-the-beaten-path experiences. While the country offers breathtaking landscapes and fascinating historical sites, visitors must remain vigilant and informed to navigate its challenges. Understanding the local risks and taking precautions can help ensure a safer experience in this beautiful but complex country. Number 9. Greece. Greece, a favorite for its ancient ruins and stunning islands, is not without its safety challenges. The country has experienced a rise in theft and burglaries in urban centers, particularly in Athens. Pickpocketing is a common problem in busy tourist areas such as Monastiraki and Syntagma Square. Beyond petty crimes, Greece's economic difficulties have fueled social unrest, leading to protests and occasional violent clashes. These incidents often occur in central areas, disrupting public transport and creating hazards for visitors. Staying updated on local news is crucial for avoiding potential trouble spots. Island destinations, while generally safer, are not entirely free from crime. Scams targeting tourists, such as inflated taxi fares or misleading tour packages, are common in popular spots like Santorini and Mykonos. Travelers are advised to confirm prices beforehand and stick to reputable providers. In rural areas, infrastructure issues such as poorly marked roads and limited emergency services add another layer of risk. Accidents, especially involving scooters or ATVs, are frequently reported among tourists. Understanding local traffic rules and wearing proper safety gear can mitigate these dangers. Despite these challenges, Greece remains a captivating destination for millions. Taking basic safety precautions and avoiding high-risk areas during protests can significantly enhance the experience of this historically rich and visually stunning country. Number 8. France. France, known for its culture and romance, has also seen an uptick in safety concerns, particularly in urban centers. Paris, often regarded as a dream destination, struggles with pickpocketing and scams targeting tourists in iconic locations like the Eiffel Tower and Louvre Museum. Criminal groups operate in these high-traffic areas, preying on unsuspecting visitors. Beyond petty crimes, France has faced recurring protests and strikes over political and economic issues. These demonstrations, while often peaceful, can occasionally escalate into violence, particularly in cities like Paris and Marseille. Travelers are advised to avoid large gatherings and monitor local updates for disruptions. In some suburban areas, particularly around Paris, crime rates are higher due to socioeconomic challenges. These regions can pose risks for tourists unfamiliar with the local environment. Vehicle break-ins and robberies are frequently reported in poorly lit or isolated areas. On the southern coast, cities like Marseille have gained notoriety for their organized crime and drug trafficking issues. While most tourist areas remain safe, certain neighborhoods should be avoided, especially at night. Local police efforts to curb crime have made some progress, but challenges persist. France's vibrant culture, world-class art, and culinary excellence continue to attract visitors despite these concerns. Being aware of your surroundings and avoiding risky situations can help you enjoy everything this iconic destination has to offer. Number 7. Italy. Italy's charm and historical treasures often distract from its growing safety concerns. Petty crimes such as pickpocketing and bag snatching are rampant in cities like Rome, Naples, and Florence, particularly in crowded tourist spots like the Colosseum or Piazza del Duomo. Organized groups often use distraction techniques to target visitors. Naples, in particular, struggles with organized crime, with its infamous camera crime syndicate influencing various aspects of city life. While tourists are rarely direct targets of organized crime, the general atmosphere can feel unsafe, especially in less policed areas. Travelers are advised to avoid poorly lit neighborhoods and stay in central, well-trafficked zones. Scams targeting tourists, such as overpriced services or counterfeit goods, are also common. In Venice, for example, some restaurants have been known to charge exorbitant prices to unsuspecting visitors. Always check menus for clear pricing and confirm costs before accepting services. Rural areas, while generally safer, can present challenges in terms of emergency services and road safety. Travelers venturing into the countryside should ensure they have reliable navigation and a plan for emergencies. Road signage can be confusing, and driving norms differ from those in many other countries. Despite these challenges, Italy remains one of the most visited countries in the world. A little caution and preparation can go a long way in ensuring a memorable and safe trip to this culturally rich and beautiful destination. Number 6. Turkey. Turkey bridges Europe and Asia, offering a unique blend of cultures, but it has increasingly become a hotspot for safety concerns. Political unrest and occasional violent protests are common, particularly in urban centers like Istanbul and Ankara. Travelers are often advised to avoid large gatherings, as they can escalate unexpectedly. Petty crimes such as pickpocketing and scams targeting tourists are prevalent in busy tourist areas like the Grand Bazaar and Sultanahmet Square. Unlicensed taxis and inflated fees for services are also common traps for visitors unfamiliar with local customs. Being cautious and sticking to reputable service providers is essential. Beyond urban challenges, certain regions in southeastern Turkey, close to the Syrian border, are considered unsafe due to ongoing conflict and instability. Governments frequently issue travel advisories for these areas, warning of potential risks to foreign visitors. Natural disasters, including earthquakes, also pose a risk in Turkey. While rare, it's crucial to be aware of evacuation procedures and stay informed about local conditions. Emergency services are well organized in urban areas, but may be slower to respond in remote locations. Despite these risks, millions of tourists flock to Turkey every year to experience its vibrant culture and breathtaking landscapes. By staying informed and vigilant, travelers can enjoy the country's wonders while minimizing potential dangers. Number 5. Ukraine. Ukraine's ongoing conflict with Russia has made it one of the most dangerous countries in Europe. The eastern regions, particularly Donetsk and Luhansk, remain active war zones with high risks of violence, shelling, and displacement. The situation has also strained resources in other parts of the country, making it challenging for residents and visitors alike. Kiev and other western cities, while safer, are still affected by the broader conflict. Air raid warnings and occasional missile strikes create a sense of unpredictability even in relatively calm areas. Travelers are strongly advised to follow local government guidance and avoid unnecessary risks. The war has also disrupted Ukraine's economy, leading to increased poverty and crime. Petty theft and scams have risen, particularly in crowded areas and near transportation hubs. Visitors are urged to remain vigilant and avoid displaying valuables. While the Ukrainian people are incredibly resilient, the strain on infrastructure has impacted essential services such as healthcare and transportation. Emergency response times may be slower, especially in rural or conflict-affected areas. Travelers should have contingency plans in place and ensure they're prepared for unexpected disruptions. Despite the challenges, Ukraine's cultural and historical significance continues to attract brave visitors. However, understanding the risks and staying informed is essential for anyone considering travel to this country in 2025. Number 4. Serbia. Serbia has faced increasing safety concerns due to rising political tensions and economic struggles. Protests against government policies frequently disrupt major cities like Belgrade, sometimes turning violent. These events can make it challenging for residents and visitors to navigate urban areas safely. Petty crimes such as pickpocketing and theft are common in crowded areas, including markets and public transport. Tourists are advised to remain cautious and avoid displaying expensive items in public. Scams targeting foreigners, such as overcharging in restaurants or taxis, are also prevalent in tourist hotspots. The country's border regions have become transit points for migrants, which has led to increased tensions and occasional clashes. While these issues don't directly affect most visitors, they contribute to a general sense of instability. Local authorities are working to manage these challenges, but resources are often stretched thin. Infrastructure in Serbia is underdeveloped compared to many European countries, with poorly maintained roads and limited emergency services in rural areas. Travelers venturing outside major cities should plan accordingly and ensure they have access to reliable communication and transportation. Despite its challenges, Serbia remains a destination rich in history and culture. Visitors who stay informed and take basic precautions can still enjoy the country's beauty and vibrant traditions. Number 3. Belarus. Belarus has become increasingly isolated due to its political situation, making it one of Europe's riskiest destinations. The government's heavy-handed approach to dissent has led to widespread protests and violent crackdowns, particularly in the capital, Minsk. These events create a volatile environment that can be dangerous for residents and visitors alike. International sanctions have strained Belarus's economy, leading to rising unemployment and increased poverty. These economic struggles have contributed to higher crime rates, particularly in urban areas. Petty crimes like theft and scams are common, especially in crowded markets and transportation hubs. Freedom of movement within the country is also restricted, with tight surveillance and limited access to certain regions. Travelers are advised to carry proper identification at all times and cooperate with authorities if questioned. The presence of police and military checkpoints can be intimidating for foreigners unfamiliar with the system. Border tensions with neighboring countries, particularly Ukraine and Poland, add another layer of risk. Conflicts and political disputes have increased the likelihood of sudden changes in security conditions. Travelers should stay updated on regional developments and avoid border areas. While Belarus boasts stunning landscapes and historical landmarks, its political climate and safety concerns make it a challenging destination. Visitors are urged to exercise extreme caution and consider alternative travel plans. Number 2. Russia. Russia's involvement in international conflicts and internal unrest makes it one of the most dangerous countries in Europe in 2025. The war in Ukraine has heightened tensions across the country, with sanctions and economic challenges fueling public discontent. Protests, though heavily suppressed, continue to erupt in major cities like Moscow and St. Petersburg. Crime rates have also risen, particularly in economically disadvantaged regions. Pickpocketing, scams, and violent crime are more common in urban centers, where economic disparity is most visible. Visitors are advised to avoid poorly lit areas and use trusted transportation options to minimize risks. Russia's strained relations with Western nations have also led to increased scrutiny of foreign travelers. Reports of harassment and arbitrary detentions have created a challenging environment for visitors. It's essential to carry proper documentation and stay informed about local regulations. Travel in remote regions poses additional challenges due to limited infrastructure and access to emergency services. Harsh weather conditions in Siberia and other areas further complicate travel plans, making preparation vital. Travelers should also be aware of restricted zones where access is prohibited without special permits. Despite these risks, Russia remains a country of immense cultural and historical significance. For those willing to navigate its challenges, the rewards include breathtaking architecture, rich traditions, and unparalleled landscapes. Number 1. Moldova. Moldova, one of Europe's poorest countries, faces significant safety challenges due to political instability and economic struggles. Corruption is rampant, affecting everything from public services to law enforcement. This has led to rising crime rates, particularly in urban areas like Chisinau. Petty crimes such as pickpocketing and theft are common in crowded spaces and public transport. Scams targeting tourists, including overcharging and counterfeit currency, are also frequent. Visitors are advised to remain cautious and avoid unfamiliar areas at night. Moldova's border regions, particularly near the breakaway territory of Transnistria, pose additional risks. The region's unrecognized status creates legal ambiguities and potential dangers for travelers. International organizations often warn against visiting this area due to the lack of official oversight. Infrastructure in Moldova is underdeveloped, with poorly maintained roads and limited healthcare facilities outside major cities. Travelers should ensure they have adequate travel insurance and access to emergency resources. Public transport is often unreliable, making private transportation a safer option. Despite these challenges, Moldova offers unique cultural experiences and picturesque landscapes for those willing to take precautions. Understanding the risks and planning accordingly can make a visit to this lesser-known country both safe and rewarding. These 10 European countries may pose significant risks, but understanding their challenges is the first step to navigating them safely. Whether you're traveling for business or adventure, staying informed and prepared can make all the difference. Which of these countries surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and explore our other videos for more insights. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay safe and informed.